Let's see an example on application of F-DWAP, the formula of precedence for solving ordinary algebraic equation. This example says 3x to the power 2 minus 3 all over 2 is equal to 36. This is the given equation for solving, and if you watch that equation very well, you will discover that D is necessary because we're going to clear the divisor. That means we need D. U is not necessary, so U is not here among the skills selected to be applied. A is necessary, that is, we're going to convert the adder to 0, so A is necessary. The coefficient of the x is not 1, it is 3, so we're going to clear coefficient and make it 1. The power of x is not 1, it is 2, so we're going to clear the power to make it become 1. So 4 skills are going to be applied here, and those 4 skills include D, A, C, and P. That is, we are going to clear the divisor, we are going to clear adder, we are going to clear coefficient, and we're going to clear power. Divisor to become 1, adder to become 0, C, which is what? Coefficient, to become 1, and power, which is 2, to become 1. Now, let us start with the first skill, which is the D. We now want to clear the divisor. The divisor is this 2. Please don't forget that we can write this equation as 3x to the power 2 minus 3 all over 2 is equal to 36 over 1. Just for this one to have a divisor like this one, we use 1 to convert, to make a whole number look like a division or a fraction. Because at the end, when one divides something, the result is that same thing. That is why here, what I wrote is 36 over 1. This 36 before has become 36 over 1. Now let us start. How do we do it? To clear the divisor and make it become 1, find the LCM of the denominators and multiply each term in the equation by that LCM. The LCM of 2 and that 1, which is known to be here, is equal to 2. Again, the LCM of 2 and 1, which is here, is 2. So I will multiply this term by 2 and this term by 2. I hope you know that this is a term. If you don't know that this is a term, please go back to my topic, which I taught you earlier, and that topic, you remember, is the basic algebra. You go back to what makes a term, and you now come to conclude that this is a term. Now we multiply this term by 2, the LCM of the denominators or divisors. 2 times all of this, see it here. This bracket ushers in multiplication. Then the same 2 times 36 over 1. Now, if you simplify this side, what do you get? We say, when this divides this, the answer is 1. 1 times 3x to the power 2 minus 3 is 3x to the power 2 minus 3. So this simplifies to become this, equal to, still equal to. Simplify this one. When 1 divides 2, it is 2. 2 times 36 is equal to 72. That means that we have simplified both sides. When this side is simplified, we get this. When this side is simplified, we get this. Divisor now cleared. That is the first D is over. Next is to apply this next skill, which is making the adder become 0. 3 is the adder here, or minus 3 is the adder. See me as I get this adder to be equal to 0. Please, how do we make it? becomes 0. Add to it its additive inverse. The inverse of this minus 3 is this plus 3. It therefore means that this plus 3 is foreign. It is something new which I introduced to achieve my goal. And what's my goal? My goal is to make this minus 3 become 0, so that from being adder that is minus 3, it becomes an adder that is 0. Now, since this plus 3, we change the value of this left-hand side. I also have to add the same 3 to the right-hand side. Because of that, we have in the left-hand side 3x to the power 2 minus 3 plus 3. And right-hand side, we have 72 plus 3. I hope you know what is happening here. At this point in time, an adder is being made 0. This capital A is to make us understand or make reference to this A we have here. Adder is being made 0. So this line is showing us a mathematical process that converts the adder to 0. Surely this plus this will become 0. That is what we mean by saying that adder is being made 0 on the left-hand side, not on both sides. Now, if we simplify both sides, first with this left-hand side, we have 3x to the power 2 left. Why? Because minus 3 plus 3 is 0, and 0 plus 3x to the power 2 is 3x to the power 2. I hope you are following the argument here. All right, let's make progress. 72 plus 3 on the right-hand side will give us 75. This line, therefore, condenses to this line, which means both sides have been simplified, and that is why we have left 3x to the power 2 and right 75. Now, we are through with making the adder become 0. The next is to make the coefficient become 1. Let us try and see. 3 here is the coefficient. Let's make it 1. How? We divide it by 3. This 3, therefore, is a foreign number that just came in to this expression to achieve a goal. What goal is that? To make this 3 become 1 as a coefficient of x to the power 2. Now, when this 3 divides this 3, the answer is 1. So 1 times x to the power 2 is x to the power 2. The same thing is applicable. Since this 3 is foreign to left-hand side, and the value of left-hand side has changed, the same 3 must be introduced to right-hand side. When 3 divides 75, the answer is 25. So when the left-hand side here is simplified, you have x to the power 2. When right-hand side here is simplified, we have 25. Based on that, therefore, we have simplified both sides to have x to the power 2 is equal to 25. Now, after simplifying both sides here, what we are left with is 3x to the power 2 is equal to 75. 3x to the power 2 comes out of this left-hand side. 75 comes out of this right-hand side, and they are both equal. With this, adder has been cleared. It has become 0. Next is going to be how to clear the coefficient. Remember that after the adder, we have 4 skills: the D, the A, the C, and the P. That is, make divisor 1, make adder 0, make coefficient 1, and finally make the power 1. So 4 skills. How many skills have been applied so far? At this point, only 2 skills have been applied. That is, making the divisor become 1 and making the adder become 0. Now we make progress. The third one is going to be how to make this coefficient become 1. How do we do it? We divide both sides by this 3. This 3 has not been a part of this. If you watch this and watch this, you will see that this 3 is new. Where is it coming from? It is just introduced as a foreign number to achieve a goal. Don't forget, If you see anything you want to introduce into an equation to achieve a goal, as long as it is done to both sides, then nothing is wrong with that, especially when that process leads to a change in value of one side of the equation. In this case, if we divide this left-hand side by 3, that is going to be a change in value of left-hand side. That is why the right-hand side also has to be divided by 3. Now, when 3 divides 3, we are left with 1. 1 times x to the power 2 is x to the power 2. When this 3 divides 75, we are left with 25. Therefore, simplifying this left-hand side will give us this x to the power 2. And simplifying this right-hand side will give us 25. The next thing is going to be that this x to the power 2, which is not the power 1, has to be made to be power 1. So far, at this level, we have applied 3 skills. What are they? Making divisor to become 1, making adder become 0, and now making the coefficient become 1. Now, it no longer has 3 as coefficient. It now has 1 as its coefficient. The final skill to be applied is how to convert these two to become 1. Let us use the first method of using roots. We can also use method of using the inverse of the power. Square root of this, is it cube root or fourth root or fifth root or square root that we need to clear this x to the power 2? It is square root. Don't forget, this is how to write square root. So this, if you watch this line and this line, something new has happened. What is it? I introduced this that resembles a house. That thing is called square root. You may have known it before now. Square root, not a cube root, because power 2 is to be cleared by square root. If what you have is power 3, what I will use to clear it is cube root. Now, what is square root of x to the power 2? It is x. What is square root of 25? It is 5. Therefore, finally, we have applied the 4 skills. We started with making the divisor to become 1. After it, we went over to making the adder become 0. After it, we went to making the coefficient become 1. And now, we have made the power become 1. X to the power 1 is something as x is equal to 5. This is how to express solution to that equation.